Well, we've never seen the viewership for MSNBC this low before. Folks, you won't believe the numbers. We're going to reveal them. And surprisingly, shockingly, CNN is taking the lead over MSNBC with a win by Scott Jennings. Ladies and gentlemen, out of ad week, you will not believe these numbers. Week of June 30th, cable news ratings. This is the latest we have. July 4th holiday weekend leads to lower viewership. All three networks saw declines in both measured categories, but that is not the number that we're going to dwell upon for a moment. Mark Machiro has this one. It says this is TV Newser's basic cable news network ranker and cable news report for the week of June 30th, 2025. Which, of course, goes through the July 4th holiday and is the most recent that we have. Fox News, MSNBC, and CNN all experienced drops in total viewers in the adults 25 to 54 demo as their target audience chose to celebrate the holiday instead of engaging with them. Cool, right? And, there wasn't that much in terms of news, political, during that weekend. Oh, wait, there was. But the 25 to 54 is the demo that matters because that's the group of people who they watch the ads and they buy the stuff in the ads. So the advertisers who supply the money to the cable channels, they're paying for that demo. That is what they care about. They want that demo to be big. So who showed up? Well, get ready. According to Nielsen Live plus same data for the week of June 30th, Fox News averaged 2.4 million total viewers and 300,000 in the demo during primetime. Okay, cool. I mean, that's not great because they dropped 13 and 14%, but whatever. Fox News remained in first place in total primetime viewers and the demo among all basic cable networks. I'm going to skip MSNBC for a minute because I'm shocked.
Like the audience did.
Yeah, I'm shocked that CNN is outperforming MSNBC, but they are. CNN averaged 526,000 total primetime viewers and 111,000 in the demo during primetime. Okay, now you're going to want to remember that because CNN, the primetime, it depends on how you measure it. I think they're going to measure it by about 6 hours from 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. or midnight, depending on how they measure. And some people only start primetime at 6, but whatever. 111,000, let's multiply that by 6 and say basically 600,000 plus is what they picked up during primetime on average the entire primetime evening. Okay. MSNBC. Oy vey. MSNBC in primetime averaged 741,000 total viewers and 70,000 viewers in the demo. 70,000. But it's actually even worse than that because during the day, MSNBC only averaged 51,000 in the demo. Now, 70,000, folks, is not a lot. And to give you some idea of just how not a lot that is, remember that MSNBC, that NBC has gotten completely rid of, they don't want them anymore. MSNBC is a giant company with staffers and camera people, and they got to write the scripts and they got to write the teleprompters and all of that. There's huge overhead. Pod Save America, because we've gotten some complaints. People say, why do you always use Megyn Kelly and Tim Pool? Okay, we'll use some others, okay? Pod Save America out of Social Blade. 7.7 million views over the last 30 days on YouTube. 7.7 million. Folks, you do the math, and what you're going to find out is that Pod Save America is very competitive with MSNBC in viewership on YouTube. And Pod Save America, I'll guarantee you, does not have the giant office building filled with staffers that MSNBC has to fool with. But if you really want to see a comparison, the PBD podcast, take a look at this. See, we did left, now we're doing right. PBD, 23 million viewers for the last 30 days. Okay. 23 million over the last 30 days is just under, let's say it's like 700,000. Okay. And guess what? Just about every one of those viewers is going to be in the demo because that's the nature of YouTube. So PBD podcast, I'm willing to bet, is flat out stomping, beating, destroying MSNBC at this point. And I just got to wonder, how in the world, gentlemen, how in the world does MSNBC survive if they're being beaten by just you know, not a few, quite a few different YouTube channels that cover politics. CNN is not that far ahead of MSNBC, but CNN used to be even worse. CNN has leapfrogged MSNBC because MSNBC is in a total spiral. I think a death spiral. I don't think they can recover from it. I think the losing Rachel Maddow and switching to Jen Psaki, it's over. I think MSNBC is circling the drain, and we're just waiting for them to pull the plug. Ghost, let me go to you first. Your thoughts on how bad this is, and what do they do? Is there anything they can do to reverse it?
Going to be a lot of ads for hemorrhoid cream and fertility drugs and all that stuff that used to be the 2 a.m. ads on all these channels when they first got started. Why would an advertiser pay to reach people who were stupid enough to still be there compared to everybody else in the world? Okay.
I mean, 50,000 in the demo during the day. 50,000.
And by the way, when you talk about those low numbers, CNN is getting more than that from people in waiting rooms in airports.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. And that does hurt MSNBC. CNN is perceived still by some as something they can put on in lobbies. I don't think MSNBC, gets that very often.
No.
I mean, and look at those people. What do you suppose they get paid aggregate?
Well, Chris doesn't get paid anything anymore because he got kicked out a long time ago.
Okay, but think of the glory days that weren't that long ago. And golly.
Who has dropped harder than Michael Steele? My gosh, that poor guy. Head of the Republican Party at one point, and gave it all up to go to MSNBC. Boy, talk about picking the wrong dumpster.
He didn't exactly give it up. He was kind of pushed, but that's
he earned it. Let me go to Kevin real quick. Kevin, your thoughts on the crash of cable TV? If it's not Fox News, it's losing right now. That's not me picking sides. It's just a fact of life when we look at the ratings.
No, listen, this is so bad. I don't even think they could sell a Girls Gone Wild ad at this point. I mean,
there you go.
It kind of tells you, it's an indicator of where the trust is right now. The media, especially left-leaning media, kind of doubled down, made some choices, and those choices blew up in their face, and they're kind of sitting still in the middle of the storm of being held accountable. And I'm not talking about left versus right. I'm talking about left within left.
It's worse than that, though, Kevin. It's not even entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even amusing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's between watching the harpies on the view scream at you. If you accidentally land on MSNBC, it's just a bunch of short, shrill, whining and caterwauling, and no, and then if you focus in, they're actually actively rooting against American citizens doing well in some form or another. So are you shocked that 4th of July weekend hit? A 4th of July where people actually want to feel good, about being an American, where we're rediscovering patriotism. Did you want to poo-poo the party by landing on, Kremlin MSNBC? It's no way. I have better things to do.
Let me throw another thought at you, and all of you weigh in. Okay, everybody have at this. CNN, there's a story here that we need to cover, and that is CNN has leapfrogged MSNBC. And just a few months ago, it looked like they were both going down. CNN's still going down, but not as hard as MSNBC anymore. I wonder if that Scott Jennings situation is changing things. People are tuning in to CNN because they're willing to put some voices on now that don't agree with their traditional panelists. And that's actually creating some kind of conversational conflict that's worth watching, whereas MSNBC remains puritanical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and by the way, back to the 4th of July issue. If you're not out celebrating America, if you're not at a barbecue or a fireworks show or anything else, the people who are staying home and actually watching any of these channels, especially the left-wing ones, are the people who should love them. And they don't either. They don't either. They'd rather watch CNN with Scott Jennings competing with them than this woman.
It's true, though. It's true. And listen, MSNBC, Rachel Maddow, I'll give her credit. She managed to build her brand within the confines of MSNBC. So she knew that when she got out, she was going to be fine. They weren't. They didn't count on it. They thought the little Chucky doll was going to get them over the finish line, and it didn't work. Meanwhile, over on CNN, yes, Scott Jennings, I think, is probably responsible for keeping them in the fight, because he gives you spirited commentary. You get to laugh at how far back his eyes can roll into his head when one of them starts blathering on about nothing. The versus when you what was that? What did MSNBC give us? Anna Navarro being upset that no one takes her seriously, so until she teleported to The View. Michael Steele, who lost his spine a very long time ago. If you pop up on The View, and rather on MSNBC, and you're a Republican, you tapped out. You're a broken shell of a human who's just there to either take a beating or pretend that you're Republican, and you're there to sign off on whatever lunacy these people are saying.
And more importantly, probably too broke to buy the program. Whatever they're advertising, you can't afford to buy.
Yeah,
because you're in your mom's basement rather than out working.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I tell you what, I could watch Jen Psaki circle back all day long.
Oh, yeah.
It's her main dance move. She does the circle back.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what makes
Such
circle
compelling
back
content.
long for her. Circle back girl.
Like it's
Run, TMI.
Well, guys, I'll tell you, and the reason that I put the Pod Save America and the PBD stats up there, and we've done Megyn Kelly in the past, we've done the Young Turks, we've done Tim Pool, Tim Cast. The reason we put those up there is they're comparables within the new media, and the new media is just dominating. And the new media, at the same time that it's dominating, it doesn't have anywhere near the overhead. So these dinosaurs, they're relics, as they can't. I mean, they're being propped up right now, but eventually they're going to turn to dust. They are the next MTVs. We're just waiting for it to happen. They're going to go away with a whimper, though, because eventually they're going to become so irrelevant that we don't cover it anymore. And then one day somebody will say, "Hey, did you guys hear that CNN went bust?" And we'll say, "Nah, I haven't paid attention to that in years." And that's how it'll go down.
Forget about the overhead of the people and the cameras and the white lights. What about the real estate?
Oh, you talking about the buildings?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they're renting. Who are they going to sublet them to? Nobody's getting commercial real estate anymore because nobody's going to work anymore.
Well, I heard that some of those buildings in downtowns, and I'm serious about this, that they might be converted into giant AI farms, like with huge servers, inside those big buildings. Because what else are you going to use them for now? Nothing. People don't want to be down there. It's a shame, but it is what it is. By the way, I'll say this as we get ready to wrap this particular topic. When we look at when this moment happened where the new media took over, I would suggest that it's when Joe Rogan interviewed J.D. Vance and the Trumpster, and more people tuned in for those than the presidential debates on ABC. I think that was the moment. That was the Boston Tea Party of the new media taking over.
Or as Rachel Maddow called it, a day that will live in infamy.
I guess a day that will live in villainy for the legacy media.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe I made it. This thing is great. And now I have my own emoji on WDW Pro's channel.
Right? Hey, everyone's been wanting me for ever. But just remember, you're like a pity vote.
Thanks.
By the way, do you want me to turn on the bubbles?
They are on. Aren't they? Oh.